Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is not a request. There was a decent quick round the other day when I was doing my dailies for 300-point mobile suits, so I got a couple of things done I have not played in forever. First up is the Gym Guard Custom, which of course is a raid type with a giant shield. It has Gatlings on the shield, and it's pretty good. It's just kind of difficult at times to use. That's why I haven't played it a lot, because I have not done a good job with it many times I've tried to use it. Okay, so I should have positioned my shield to try and take those hits as I was coming up. I'm using it now, but it took me a little bit. Luckily, number 5 is coming up behind me, and I'm able to just stack some damage on. I'm just going to, damage that person as much as I can while they're down. I think that's a heavy Zaku, so I'm going to do extra damage to them. And that is done, and the striker's coming up on me. My tackle did not quite stun it, but I think it just tried to boost forward, and I caught it in its landing, and just barely managed it. That armored gym, it telegraphed its melee just a little bit too much, and I was able to grab it, and sometimes with that tiny beam dagger, I have trouble hitting things on the ground, so I figured it was best if I just used the Gatling. As it is, I'm going down here. They're going to come after me. They did manage to stun me, and they may get me here, but I've done pretty good damage so far. Tackled, and managed to land 2 out of my 3 swings before he managed to get on me. And somehow, I managed to win that, I guess just because of the magic of melee priority, and I am still alive. I don't expect that to last too much longer with 1200 hit points, though judicious shield use could keep me alive a little bit longer than it might any other mobile suit. But it really seems like it might be a good idea if I have a moment here. Well, I can do some damage to whatever that is up there, and then, okay, somebody spotted me. Yeah, I'm about to die. But I did actually manage to use the shield mostly as I was boosting. I only lost about 400 of my 1200 hit points. And now it's just a matter of what can I do. And I've tried in the Ruined City here, an old Battle Operation 1 trick works very well, which is start your downswing as they try and come around the corner. Doesn't always work, but it works often enough to keep you alive sometimes in a pinch. That used to work in the better in the Abandoned City, but it's harder to do there for whatever reason, at least for me. I used to be pretty good with doing that in that city. But here in the Ruined City, it works pretty well for me. Especially I think the Gym Guard Custom does really well with it, because it's a little bit linear in its melee, so it's probably harder to make out from a distance. But either way, back to the fight with 5 minutes left, and a very small lead, but there's time yet, plenty of it. And there is somebody managed to bonk off my melee. I think it was a teammate, as I'm trying to keep this Vish Donahue Goof at bay, and I can tell it's the Vish Goof from that distance because it's using a bazooka. That is one of the big tells, because if they can, they almost always do. And beam gun, and it is a support, which means it is dead. And I managed to pull back before that armored gym got in on me. It's trying to hit somebody else. But there's that striker, which it doesn't have a lot of defense. So even with, at least I don't think it does, so I'm probably wrong about that. Either way, I did some damage to it and did not quite, again, read the tackle as well as I could have. But I did manage to break their shield, which kept them still long enough for me to finish them off. So I'll take it. And time to just sit and work on the Vish Goof from a distance, and while the shield reloads, I will find another target. I really should be using the Vulcans too. I believe it does have them, but it's not one of my quick swap weapons, so I often forget it is there. There's that armored gym again, who good read on their part, and managed to knock me down, but someone else stunned before they could follow up on me, and managed to kill them. They are probably 50 points down for this room, because I'm pretty sure the Gym Guard doesn't come in until 300. So that, and I got 250 when I killed them, so yeah, that is, they are a little bit underpowered for this room probably. Which, not the end of the world. You can do very well in that situation. You just have, it's tough to do. Okay, so did some damage over there. Didn't want to get too close because that would have been, I think, 3-on-1 or 3-on-2 with one of the two nearly dead. So, yeah, not my first choice. Armored Jim's about to come up, at which case I will lunge. A little too early, dang. But, time to move back. Just going to go with the Gatling, saw them coming in. Vishgoof did not manage to stun me, I don't think. I managed to stun them, but they're too far away for me to get into melee. I'm not too far away for their heat rod, though, so I'm probably about to... No, I'm not going to take a death thanks to allies. Allies who... Actually, no, that wasn't an ally. That was the Jim Striker trying to kill me and also knock down the Vishgoof, which gives me a little bit of a moment here. So, and I needed a little bit of a moment. And right now I'm just swinging wild because everything is on me and I'm about to die. But if I was smart, I saw that weapons rack there out of the corner of my eye. If I could have, I should have used more of the invulnerability and gone over to it, because I might have been able to kill that before I was killed. As it is, though, we're 1,000 points down with 2 minutes left. They have taken all the checkpoints, which is usually a giant source of annoyance for me. So I'm going to try and get with the rest of the team, and if we can't at least get a waypoint, hopefully we can even up the score. Number one over there is not going to make it. There's not enough of us gathered together to save them. They're already dead by the time I'm done talking about it, but yeah. They were surrounded. There was no way to do anything, and we'd be a lot better off if we bunched up a little bit, which we have now done, so that is good. Yeah, just getting out too far ahead of your team can be bad news. And there's a good shot on the Armored Jim again. Time to pull back, because I can't see what's shooting me back there, so getting out of the line of fire is always a good plan if you can do it. And time for some shooting. Yeah, that's, again, the Jim Guard can be used at range pretty efficiently because of that, because of the Gatling shield, because of the fact that you can just sit there and do damage and from a decent distance. That Striker just tried to tag me, didn't quite get it done. I'm pretty sure my teammate's going to finish them. Yep. But luckily, I believe I have the skill that keeps you from being knocked to your knee by a mobile suit explosion, which is an important thing for melees to have in general. We have just about got this tied up if we can make one more kill, and I'm working on it. Yeah, please, just dance around in the opening there. Got that person. They've got another kill, though, so we're still not quite there. I've just got to get somewhere where I can get to something to stab and, hopefully stab. And, okay, well, or possibly you just use Vulcans, because there's Vulcans to use. 15 seconds left. There's somebody right tantalizingly out of reach with no health. Just bounced off of something and somebody. We may not win this one, I don't remember, but I'm sure going to give it my all. As it is, Strikers moved on me. I got the assist. We've got a tiny amount of a lead, and we did it just at the last second. So yeah, that's why I decided to keep this one, because I did fairly well, I think, with the Jim Guard, especially as one who is not predisposed to melee. And yeah, I did top damage, and we won just by the skin of our teeth. So yeah, that was a pretty good round. Most damage I've ever done in this particular mode at this point level, I believe. 5 kills, 2 deaths, decent. And that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more, so until next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! So yeah, I had a brief window of, raid effectiveness there for a few days, and I got a couple of decent rounds out of it. In more recent days, back to not doing so great. I'm going to blame the weather mostly, but it just all depends on what mood I'm in and how much patience I have.